Good morning everybody, welcome to the new week, Monday the 6th of December 2021. Energies at the moment, we're now getting into the time of year where I find the solar energies in the northern hemisphere are just completely flatlining. Sort of, for me, it sort of starts here the 6th, 7th of December, right up to the winter solstice, and then another couple of weeks the other side, so getting towards the 5th, 6th of January, the sun's furthest away from us in the northern hemisphere, and so we're feeling sort of the lowest amount of the life-giving solar energies. Days are only about 8 hours long, yeah, it can be a real struggle for us. Us poor souls that love the summer and the sun. Obviously, in the southern hemispheres, they're doing the opposite. They're going into their period of peak solar energy. So, yay! Congratulations. So, this new week, it feels like from the solar eclipse new moon that we're actually starting to move on again. It felt like we've been stuck for a very long time, but the energies I'm picking up on from the new moon and the solar eclipse on the 4th, on Saturday, is we're starting to break through the inertia and the blockages, and possibly seeing sort of ways through. I was just having a look at my moon diary as I was getting ready to put in my new moon wishes and things, and it made I realised that it's the last one of the year. So I went back to the first new moon of the year, which was the 13th of January, and in Capricorn, and I was looking back at my wishes and intentions that I set then, and I've done it every month through the year, and just seeing sort of how much I've moved on and sort of what breakthroughs I've made, and yeah, just sort of how far I've come. Sometimes sort of when you're caught up in stuff, you can't see how much you've transformed, but if you take a step back, if you look back, and over the period of a year is a good time to do that, and just see sort of how far you've come over that time. And it also sort of getting towards setting intentions and things for the next coming year. So plenty to be thinking of. Astrologically, the moon is still in Capricorn, and it could be quite a big one today, because the moon's going to square Chiron, trine Uranus, and then sextile Neptune. So that's all like big energies of sort of going inwards, healing old wounds. There could be surprise breakthroughs coming out from that, and then forming the boundaries of the new self. We've also got Mars sextiling Pluto, so there could be some power struggles and power plays going on, hidden psyche stuff could be coming up, so just be a bit careful, look after yourselves today, and take care of yourself and others. So I'm going to start off. We're going to do the tarot reading first of all. I've given you all the astrology for the day. Okay, so I'm going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle deck today. What do we need to know for today? The 6th of December 2021, beginning of a new week. So what energies are in play? What messages does Spirit have for us as we're emerging into a new lunar cycle? Okay, Okay, still sort of eclipse season. Eclipse season is classed as running right up until the next new moon, which will be in Capricorn on the 2nd of January. So just sort of watching and seeing what transitions are being made, what's emerging. It's quite an important one as well, I feel, because we'll also be emerging into the new year at the other side of winter solstice. So sort of you're getting into more regenerative and growing, very small growing energies. But, you know, I always find it's an important distinction that we've got to the point of the longest night and got the rebirth of the sun happening. We're growing towards the summer again. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? What messages has Spirit got for us? Okay, let's see. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we've got milk and honey. Okay, rainbows and elephants swimming about and joyous and laughing about in bowls of milk and honey. Sounds good to me. Then we have regeneration. Okay, and loyal heart. Okay, so this is really saying to me, let the good things in. You know, open ourselves to all the good things. Even in the midst of struggle, we can find sort of gratitude and thankfulness for things in our life. So, you know, do that. Be grateful for things. It can lead to regeneration, new energies, just sort of, yeah, when we're grateful for things, I mean, and even when we're going through a bit of a time, finding the silver linings and things, when we do that, the universe listens to us and starts seeing that sort of we're grateful for being alive and things like that, and starts sort of working with us. And the thing I always do, even if it is really sort of hardcore, is be thankful that I'm alive and for everything I have, but then also ask for more and for better. Okay, so, and that can help. Okay, so regeneration, as I say, sort of coming out of the new moon solar eclipse as well. Maybe there's a bit more fire energy coming up for you. And then loyal hearts. This can be both for yourself and for other people as well, with yourself and with other people as well. As we open our hearts to ourselves, the great gratitude and thankfulness, get regeneration, our hearts open and grow even further. It can also be sort of with other people, and some people read like that. Me, I'm more a personal transformation sort of girl. Okay, so let's see what the cards want to say. As it's Monday, we've got the Mystic Monday Tarot. I never set out with the intention of making this a thing, but it seems to be happening that way. So, good morning, Mystic Monday cards. What do we need to know for today? Monday, the 6th of December, 2021. What messages does Spirit have for us? They're really quite a thick card stock, these cards. Which is good, better that than really thin, flimsy cards. But yeah, it can sometimes cause a couple of problems when we're shuffling. Okay, what do we need to know for today? What messages does Spirit have for us on this start of a new week? 6th of December 2021. Messages from Spirit for the collective. What do we need to know? Let's see what we've got. Okay, so at the centre where we are now, we've got the Princess of Cups. Then we have the Star in the Moon position. Wheel of Fortune in the Mercury position. Queen of Swords in the Venus position. Three of Swords in the Sun position. The Hanged Woman, the Hanged Person in the Mars position. Is that 3 days on running that card's shown up? Yeah, and it was on the 4th, it was in the Moon position. Then yesterday it was in the Venus position. It's now in the the Mars position, sort of coming out and getting a bit more active. In the Jupiter position, we've got the Queen of Cups. 2 queens coming out. And then in the Saturn position, we've got the 8 of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Chariot. Okay, so let's have a look at these. Okay, so where we find ourselves at the moment, the Princess or the Page of Cups, it could be a small opening offering, it could be a reconciliation, it could be a small apology. That could be to ourselves, from somebody else, or from ourselves to ourselves. Sometimes, you know, we can be hard on ourselves and actually need to forgive ourselves for things that have happened in the past. Just want to have a look at that at the bottom. Is that... Okay, something I've never noticed before with this card, but in the water where she is, it looks like we've got stages of the moon going round, which is interesting. So maybe have a practice of self-forgiveness or forgiveness of other people, working through the month doing it, taking us out of eclipse season. It's always good to work with the lunar energies. Okay, then in the background, the subconscious, our emotions, our instincts, the position of the moon card, we've got the Star. Okay, new hope and optimism coming in, coming up, bubbling up from the subconscious for new direction, new beginnings. Okay, can tie into sort of what we were saying up here. The gratitude, the forgiveness. Okay, as we honour ourselves and others, then it opens up new opportunities. In the Mercury card, communication and information, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune indicates change. I know some readers say if it's upright, it's change for the better. If it's upside down, it's change for the worse. My experience is it's always a dichotomy and a paradox. So I see it as just change. And I'm seeing at the centre the sun. Okay, we've got 3 cards that I'm seeing with the sun in here. The 8 of Wands, the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. It's pinky coloured, more like the sun than the moon to me. Okay, that is more like the moon, or that is the moon at the top. Could be the eclipse, and the moon within the water. So change is coming sort of with coming up to the winter solstice or the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, but just sort of indications of change. The Venus card, harmony, beauty, balance, relationships, and our values and things like that. We've got the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords for me is about just sort of cutting the crap, the superfluous things that you don't need, the negative voices in your head and things like that. Just cut all that out. Because she's a queen, I see her more receptive than the king. Water of air. And just, yeah, she's much more, she's reserved in her way of mental clarity and balance, sort of, where the king is sort of quite dominant and out there, then the queen is more receptive and sat back in her clarity and clear-mindedness. Okay, and the card next to it, the Sun card, our vital energies, vitality, core energy. We've got the Three of Swords, which takes me back to the astrology of the square, the moon square with Chiron, healing our hearts, cutting away what we've outgrown, healing our hearts, and just sort of coming back to this regeneration and loyal hearts. Okay, again, forgiveness and gratitude are just coming up a lot for me today. Coming back to these cards, that sort of, as we forgive, it's almost like sort of we see the swords falling out. We forgive ourselves, and that allows us to regenerate. The Mars position, the action, how we take action, the will, the drive, creativity. We have what's called the Hanged Woman in this deck, but it's that suspended animation. Okay, this is sort of making me think of coming out of the energies of the new moon solar eclipse, and how we're cutting away what we no longer need to take forward with us. And so sort of the way I see it, 3 days from the day of the new moon, it's still the dark moon, and it's normally on the third day that we start to see the first slither and crescent of the new moon. So still in this sort of suspended animation, but carrying on the work, clearing out what was revealed at the new moon solar eclipse. What's working for us, the Jupiter card, which is good luck and justice, and expansion and openness and our beliefs and things like that. We've got the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the scryer. She's the reflector. She looks upon the surface of the water and she scries and can see what is true, what isn't. I see the two queens in this working together as well. The Queen of Cups scrying and the Queen of Swords cutting away, which heals the heart and brings in change for us, and optimism and hope. Okay, what's working against us? The Saturn card, obstacles, limitations, necessity. We've got the Ace of Wands, and this is saying to me not to rush ahead too fast. Okay, we're gearing up to movement, but we're not quite ready. With the Hanged Man, the reflection, the cutting away, we're still healing from what's been revealed. So yeah, just sort of hold your horses a little bit, which actually leads me then to the underneath card, the Chariot, and about sort of, yeah, you might feel like you want to race forward, woohoo, but it's not quite the right time for that. It's, I think I said it yesterday about getting yourself centered, getting in alignment with yourself before we can start to go forward again. But know that the energy is moving in the right direction. I'm just going to do a work your light card for messages of how we stay in the light and stay with spirit. What do we need to know for today? Cards. What's the message for the collective today? There we go. What have we got? Acacia. Your guidance is divinely guided. So the Acacia Library is where the records of everything and everybody are stored. So yeah, in the Akashic Library are the Akashic records, and you can sort of connect and meditate and go up to meet guides, read your Akashic records and things like that. There's lots and lots and lots of meditations to do that out on YouTube. The wonder of the world. So if you are interested in getting more guidance on sort of what's going on, then going up, connecting to your guides, your Akashic guides, and asking to see your records or asking questions, okay, that can help with this moving on, okay, help with the regeneration, okay. So yeah, slowly things are turning, I feel. Okay, and I also think sort of we'll get more information revealing itself over the next few days. I've just caught sight of my moon diary, and I can see that the moon tomorrow will sort of move from Capricorn to Aquarius. So there might be insight and things like that coming to us tomorrow. And a couple of days after that, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay, as we align with Aquarius. Okay, so that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed that and found it useful. And if it did resonate with you, then please like, share and subscribe to the channel for notifications. Then click on the wiggly bell. If you'd like personal readings from me, then there's a link to my email address below, which I'm using while my website is being created. Also, personal readings as Christmas presents for friends, relatives and things. You can also contact me about that as well, and we can sort something out. Okay, so I hope the week's good for you, and until the next time, have a wonderful life and speak soon.